Valerie, Nguyen here reporting to you about the election of 1960. With an electoral vote of 303 against 219, John F. Kennedy beats Richard Nixon, making Kennedy the youngest man ever elected into office. Way to go, you donkey! During his term, Kennedy proposed the Peace Corps, an army of idealists and youthful volunteers to bring American skills to underdeveloped countries. Kennedy's social program was known as the New Frontier. Moving on with his foreign affairs, we have Brenda Phong.
Thank you, Valerie. His rendezvous with Nikita Khrushchev proved that the U.S. would not back down to any Soviet threats. Around August of 1961, the Berlin Wall was put up in order to separate East and West Germany. The Marshall Plan provided aid to Western Europe and also served as a repellent towards communism. The U.S. also encouraged a common market, which later was called the European Union.
Here reporting to you on April 17, 1961 about Kennedy's occurrence with Fidel Castro in Latin America. Kennedy's Alliance for Progress, which served as a Marshall Plan for Latin America, turned sour when many Latin Americans felt that it was too little too late. We have Valerie here live at the scene of the Bay of Pig invasion.
Thanks to folks. We are now on a helicopter right now looking down at a bird's eye view of the Bay of Pigs invasion. As you can see, we have just gotten word that President Kennedy will not be sending U.S. Air Forces to aid. The U.S.'s attempt on control over Cuba has failed. Cuba is now in the hands of Fidel Castro.
Hello?
Mr. President, we have finally invaded Cuba.
Oh, yes, that's right. What do you need me to do about it? Nothing? Oh, okay. You don't want me to do anything about it? Okay, call me when you get back. Toodles!
This is not the only occurrence between U.S. and Cuba. In 1962, U.S. biplanes have been assured that Cuba are installing missiles aimed towards the U.S. The Cuban Missile Crisis lasted a good 13 days before Kennedy and Khrushchev agreed to remove the missiles. In 1963, the policy of détente urged for more relaxed defense towards those damn Soviets. Back to you, Valerie.
Thanks, Brenda. It is November 22nd, 1963, and we are awaiting the arrival of John F. Kennedy in Dallas, Texas. Look! There he is! Mr. President! Mr. President! Mr. President! Can we have a couple words?
Due to such casualties, we will be going to our new President Lyndon B. Johnson and his Great Society, which funded social reforms such as Medicare and Medicaid. Along with Medicare and Medicaid, Johnson's Civil Rights Act of 1964 helped abolish poverty and racial discrimination. But more in Vietnam. The Tonkin Gulf Resolution required the drafting of American soldiers onto Vietnam soil.
On March 31st, 1968, Johnson finally declares that he will stop sending in troops to Vietnam and also decided not to run for a second term. Along the 60s, many assassinations also occurred, such as Malcolm X. Black Power! This is Martin Luther King. I have a dream. Robert Kennedy. The 60s cultural mayhem also led to the experimentation on sex, drug, and defense by the youth of America. We now go to Valerie. Thank you, two. We are now going to be talking to these teenagers about their spiritual upbringings. Now, what can you tell us about your rebellious ways?
We're artists trying to be our beautiful selves. We look for no war.
We just want lots and lots of LSD. Now, what is this type of LSD you talk about? LSD is everything to us. Love, simplicity, democracy. All we need is LSD. Love,
simplicity, democracy, love. We make love, not war. Peace, dude.
In conclusion, the 60s brought us to a more moderate time, where many experienced the civil rights movement and the shock of the youth culture. Many will not forget the war in Vietnam and the many assassinations that took place. I'm Valerie Nguyen. Thank you for watching.
Peace, dude, it's a flower.